So, let me just give it a few seconds. We'll do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What does it take to be a leader? Think about it. That word, leader. One who leads for the people. One who is there not just for some of the people, but for all of the people. When you think about it, there are 3 types of classes that are in these quote-unquote United States of America. You have the poor, who's stuck with a very minuscule budget, trying to climb up out of the ghetto to make it out of poverty to get up to the middle class. Or they're so out of luck that they can't even afford proper housing and are stuck in shelters trying to get something to eat. There are different levels of poor. You got the homeless, who basically go from shelter to shelter, go to government, state facilities to try to get food, go to churches, get something to eat. If they're smart, that's what they do. Or panhandle. Your vagabonds, your performers, your street performers, they probably get harassed by the law if they're doing something stupid. Most of them who don't have a path will spend what little they earn from panhandling focusing on their own fixations, whatever they may be. I'm not trying to glorify any of that. And then you have those who were brought into poverty and who are stuck in the ghetto, who are trying to make a better living for their family. Single moms, single dads, doing the best they can to make a better life for the future so they can get the you-know-what out of the ghetto. Being poor is rough. It's not easy. You're on a fixed budget. And if you're disabled, well, it's even worse. Because those who are disabled know right off the hand. If you try to save up a certain amount of money, BAM! They're like, dude, what you doing with all this money in your bank? We're going to take away your funding. You're saving up too much. Use it on something. I don't like that. Someone's trying to save up for a better life. That takes a lot of money to get the fuck out of the ghetto. You're telling me that because these people on our SSI or disability, that if they have a certain amount of money and that they've been putting away in their bank account, that you deem quote unquote more than enough, that you're gonna be like, no, we're not giving you any support anymore because you have too much money in your bank. That's one issue. Alright, then you have, jumping ahead right here, I think I covered the poor. The poor has it rough. And those that are very poor have it rougher. Those that are homeless have it rough as well. You got the veterans. Those that did everything for this. Did their duty. And now where they are, who knows? Those veterans that are homeless right on the street. Not good. Where's the support for the veterans? Are they just going to be swept away? That's not good. We need to look out for our veterans because they defended America. They defended our land. Where's the love for them? So let's move on to the middle class. Okay, so thankfully the middle class, they're out of the ghetto. But they're not rich yet. They're right in the middle. Hopefully. Somewhere in the middle maybe towards the lower middle or the higher middle. But in the middle, looking at things at a fine line, trying to figure out what can they do to rise to the top. So think about it. If you're middle class, you're doing a little bit better than the poor, but you're not doing as good as the rich. So it's still a struggle. So you got to do whatever it takes to look out for yourself and your family, to climb up to the top. Moving on up. Moving on up. You know how that song goes. To a deluxe apartment in the sky. I said we're moving on up. Moving on up. Woo! Yeah. Move on up. Make that home for yourself. All the way up. As high as you can climb. Get on up there. Make a name for yourself. Get that piece of the pie. That's right. So the middle class, they see things from a different perspective. And hopefully, if their mind is right, they look out for those that are like them. Be like, hey, let me give you a chance. You know, see you for who you are. Judge you not by the color of your skin, but by the quality of your character. Because we're talking about character here. This is what matters. Who you are on the inside is always what matters. Not who you are on the outside. Okay, so I think I covered the middle class. Now let's talk about the rich. The rich, all the way up. The good life. The quote-unquote good life. Well, you know what? Sometimes the rich ain't happy. Sometimes the rich downright miserable. All this money and no happiness. Sure, some of the rich may be happy and having a good time and be like, hey, giving back to the poor and giving back to wherever they feel it's appropriate to give back. But it's like, once you're rich, you're in a different frame of mind. You got to look out for your own stuff because people are trying to take your stuff. You got taxes, you got the state, you got the government, you got everyone knocking on your door. Hey, you're making too much money. Let me get some of that. That's enough to drive anybody crazy. You made it all the way up to the top. And now you're telling me that your hard-earned money is being slowly trickled down because you made it all the way to the top. Now, sometimes you have a different kind of rich. People that were born into the rich. That have no frame of reference what it's like to be rock bottom all the way down, rising up to the top, just like Batman from movie 3. Batman is what we should be thinking about here. Someone who's rich, but who avenge, well, injustice. Someone who uses his wealth to make sure that everyone's doing all right. So think about this. A leader should stand for all the people. Not just some of the people. Not just one class, not just this, not just this, not just that, but universal for everybody. You got a lot of stupid out there. And it's abundantly clear that there's a whole lot of ignorance, lack of intelligence, a whole lot of wildness, a whole lot of evil, a whole lot of separatism. So think very carefully in what you want for a leader. Because I'm not endorsing any of them. Nope. just want you guys to take a good long look on what you think is the best qualities for a leader. Because guess what? Whoever wins, that's the new destination of this land. The new driving force. You ever notice how when they first get into office, they're all young and full of energy? And when they leave office, they look all old and tired? All stressed out? That's not good. You need a certain kind of individual to be a leader. Now, if you're miserable and if you're unhappy, you're going to like someone who's miserable and unhappy. And if you have hate in your heart and you see someone that's stupid and that has hate in their heart, you're going to vote for that kind of stupid. Stupid begets stupid. Hate begets hate. Ignorance begets ignorance. Wild begets wild. A joker. The greatest trick that the Joker could ever play on Batman is to elect himself as leader of this country. Take a good long look at the quote-unquote those who want to be leaders of this country. There can only be one. Well, in this system, you got a main one and a vice one. It's time to stop talking and time to start doing. Not only with your voice, but with your vote.